What is up, everybody? Thank you for tuning back into the Modern Day Dojo podcast, where we help martial arts business owners scale smarter, grow stronger, and lead with more clarity. Now, today, we're going to be going over the third part in our visual identity series. And if you haven't checked out the last two episodes, hit pause, go back. We cover everything from your gym's name to your internal aesthetics. As being a major part in your branding. But today, we're going to be covering a much needed topic, which is your logo. Now, your logo is more than just what it looks like. We're going to be covering a lot of different pieces of your logo, but your logo needs to be something that is working for your business. Because the truth is that your logo is not just a symbol. It is a system. And if you're not employing it properly, just like any other system in your business, it's holding you back. So we're going to cover some key areas today inside of this podcast of design aspects of your logo and also things you need to have and where you need to use it. Now, by trade, I am a graphic designer. I spent many years designing logos, designing corporate branding packages for businesses, for music artists, and for other martial arts schools. So I know what I'm talking about. And while designing for these things, I would see specific trends, specifically with martial arts schools. And one of the trends that I noticed was that martial arts business owners would typically have a single logo file, and it was typically a JPEG or a PNG file. Usually 7 to 10 years old. Maybe a buddy did it for them. It's amazing how many martial arts gym owners have have friends that dabble in the graphic design area. So they would typically get a logo from their friend, and or they decided that they would have somebody on Fiverr design it for them, which is not a bad thing. But the problem is with the cliches in martial arts, these logos would typically have a fist in it or a dragon or kanji or something that they don't know what it is, but they would have kanji or crazy script writing that was difficult to read. Or my personal favorite was the clip art of the black belt that would just be behind all of the stuff. It was just tacky. So they're wondering why, when they're looking at their logo, when they're looking at their business, they're wondering why their brand doesn't have that modern feel. Why doesn't it look premium? Or honestly, why people are kind of just not impressed. It's not trustworthy. So let me be very, very blunt. If your logo only works on one t-shirt, it's not a brand asset. It is a liability. If your logo only works in one area, it is not being able to be used to its maximum capacity. I want you to think of your logo as a system that needs to be used, that needs to be efficient to where it could be used in lots of different areas. And in today's market, where perception is everything, and you only have 3 to 5 seconds max to grab attention. If your logo is not popping, if your logo is not representing you, it is costing your martial arts business thousands in lost trust and missed opportunities. So we need to make sure that we're doing a better job. So what makes a modern martial arts logo? What does it need to do? Because like I said, it's a system, and a system needs to have actions behind it. What does a modern day martial arts business need to do with their logo? So first, your logo should be on everything. Think of it as the first visual appearance of your business. It should be on your signage. It should be on your Instagram, Facebooks, all your social media profiles. It should be on your website. It should be on your class schedule. It should be on your uniforms, your online ads. It should be everywhere. And if you only have one version of your logo, you're falling behind, because most sophisticated brands have their logos in multiple different areas being used in multiple different ways. And they are gaining the attention that you are missing. So let's talk about what a high functioning design looks like in a high performance martial arts business. So good logos for martial arts businesses are very simple. They're scalable. Think about making sure that if I have lots of things on my logo, it's distracting. What is a logo meant to do? It's meant to introduce the person to your brand. It should quickly and easily be able to read your name and what you do. That's it. It's family first, martial arts. Our name is family first. We do martial arts. Pretty simple. It's scalable. It has a nice logo design. It has a nice icon on it. It's easy to read. Has a bold font. Our font that we use is Gill Sans. It's bold, and it's a very clean font to read, and it doesn't confuse the reader. It's honestly it's a very simple and clean design. Good logos are timeless. You should, like Nike. Look at Nike. Nike's been around forever. The swoosh. I mean, that logo is recognizable everywhere. Apple, Tesla, Microsoft. These logos are absolutely recognized anywhere, and they're timeless. Do they update them? Yes, they absolutely should, and so should you. But let's get a nice, simple, scalable, readable, and timeless logo first. Bad logos are over designed, and I see this a lot in some martial arts businesses where they have a logo and there's just lots of stuff going on. There's lots of background things happening, such as imagery for the specific style, or think about an intricate coat of arms. I wouldn't use that as a business logo, but we have people that use that, things like that as their business logo. So they have lots of crazy script, scroll, extra things going on in there that is just confusing and hard to read. Other bad parts of is that it is very difficult to read. They're using multiple different fonts, things that that looks cool, that just muddies up the water. Another big thing is that they use too many colors. I see this a lot. I see lots of variations of different types of colors in there. If you're using more of like the American flag, they will use red, white, blue, gold, some silver, black, white. There's lots of colors going on in there. So we want to limit those. It's just too busy for the eye to see. They rely really heavily on gimmicky stuff like kanji, clip art, or brush fonts. The typeface is very difficult to read. They rely on dragons and tigers, and the stuff that we went over before in the other episodes, right? So if you run a results-driven martial arts business, your brand needs to reflect that, and so does your logo. It needs to be something that is very clear. If you want a premium brand, look up premium, do a Google search, premium brand. You don't have to say martial arts. Just look up premium brand and just look and see what logos you are attracted to and why. Why am I attracted to that logo? Why does the Chanel logo attract me? Why does the Tesla logo feel good? Why does it feel premium? Why does Apple, why are they able to charge what they charge for a computer? Because they have a premium brand. Martial arts gyms need to be the same exact thing. And just because you teach a traditional martial arts doesn't mean your branding has to look like it comes from 1998. And I do have to say that this part of the script, it hurts a little bit because I graduated in 1998. So now I feel really old. Can't believe I kept that in there. So, all right. So here's the thing. you have your logo, you have your idea, you go through the design. And here's the thing: if you need help with designing a logo, if you need, hey, I have my logo, I have my brand, I feel good about it, but I want just an updated logo. Can you help me with this? Reach out to me. Okay, like I said, I'm a graphic designer. Um, and if I can't help you, I know a ton of other people that can, that are extremely professional. I have somebody that I've worked with who has done branding for Fortune 500 companies. I mean, she is absolutely amazing. So if you need help, reach out to me. I can hook you up. Okay. Um, so let's talk about if you are if you're happy with your brand, you have your logo. Let's talk about the 7 logos that every martial arts business should have. I'm tired of talking to somebody and they have one logo, the logo that they put on their back of their uniform, and that's it. That's the only logo they have. Um, this is difficult when you are, if you just have one logo, it it makes it difficult for you to fit in all the different places where you need to put it. So we have something called a logo system. It's kind of like um, it's a setup for martial arts businesses uh, that they want to have their logos in different areas. If they want to deploy their logo on multiple different platforms, we need to make sure that your logo can fit, but is also that it's consistent. That's a big thing. Okay. So the first logo that you need to have is a nice horizontal primary logo. I want you to think of it as the logo that would be on your signage for your storefront, or it's at the top of your website, or it's on a business card, the top of your company letterhead. This is that it's typically wider than it is tall, and it's a very clear, has your logo and the name very clear on the top. Um, a primary logo is something that you're going to use most of the time. The secondary logo that you need to have is a stacked or a squared logo. This is great for apparel like this. So this right here, the circle on the this is the black clover uh, apparel is a 4-leaf clover in a circle on top of the hat. For those who are not able to see me right now, if you're not watching this, jump on YouTube, Modern Day Dojo, and you can actually watch the videos and see me talk to the camera. Just saying, hey, it adds another flavor. But anyways, this logo is an icon, whereas the inside of the hat has a horizontal logo on it, and it just kind of says this is black clover, and it has a little black clover on it, just like this. Your school should have one of those too, a stacked logo or a squared version. This is great for social media thumbnails, internal branding, that type of stuff. Apparel is great with this stuff. The third logo that you should have is the icon only mark. This is perfect for favicons, for patches, social media, that type of thing. It is just your logo. You can have just the logo, just the icon only. It could be done in full color. It could be done in multiple colors, a gradient. It could be done in just black, just white. You want to have all of those different variations of it so it can fit on multiple different platforms. You want to have a watermark version, just a clean premium typography. This is, I think, something that's really professional when done right. It could be used as a watermark on images, and it just lets people know that this is this belongs to, or you are looking at something from your gym. A very clean logo. If you just want people to read your name. The fifth type of logo is you need to have a full color version. But the color needs to be clearly defined. So it has to have clearly defined hex codes and gradient guidelines with the hex code. So what is a hex code? A hex code is a 6-digit code. It's typically alphanumeric, and it starts with the pound sign, and then has 6 codes. So, like for instance, if you want a black color, is the pound sign 000000. If you want just white, it's pound FFFFFF, right? So if you want a lime green, it's hex code 00FF00. So every color has a hex code with it. Now, what this does, this allows printers to be able to use to see your color and use the exact color that you need, because it is so distracting when you have one red on your uniform and then another red on your letterhead and then another red on your wall, where the printer is just guessing when you said, oh, I need it red. So you need to make sure that you're very consistent with the colors. The 6th logo that you need to have is a reversed version. So you need to have one logo that you use for black backgrounds and one for light backgrounds. Imagine if you have a logo and you have a nice color, and then you have black lettering and they put it on a dark background. The black lettering just disappears. So you want to make sure that you have one with light or white lettering. Oh, and just a side note, I always frown on using pure black. Use a slight gradient, like a 95% black. I'm just saying, it's just, if you're looking for the premium look, don't use straight black. Just a little pro tip. Moving on is you need to have a black and white logo for print, for embroidery, just for simplicity. Just a straight black one or a straight white one. Just very simple that you can put on there. Think about it as in, if I'm creating a t-shirt, it's very easy for me to create a straight, if I have a black t-shirt, I put a white logo on there. Single color white logo is a lot cheaper than having to do a 3-color logo. And it's a great way for you just to have a simple giveaway item, simple promotional items or whatever. So those are 7 logos that you should have as part of your logo system. Now, if you are serious about your martial arts business, you need to create your logo system to be present in all areas. We want to make sure that your logo is clean and consistent. It should be recognizable everywhere. One of the most common mistakes that I see in martial arts businesses is the color being inconsistent. Now, I know I already talked about the hex codes, but it's in all colors. You want to make sure that your color is consistent, and the worst thing to do is to trust a print shop to match your color. It is a very quick way for you to make your brand look cheap if you have inconsistent colors. So you need 2 to 3 core brand colors. Now you can look up a color palettes that work really well with each other. So like it's a series of colors that are very good together and they flow well. You can get the hex codes from those palettes. You can use bold colors. You can even go back. What we were talking about with branding is go to your branding archetype and look at what it is that the colors that they recommend. There's even color psychology that you can look into. There's a reason why Amazon uses yellow on its buttons, because it's a good color. It makes people feel comfortable. Blue is a color that inspires loyalty. Red is about passion. It's bold. It's timeless. So there's a color psychology that you can get into. Green is modern. This is the reason why the modern day dojo color is green. That very fluorescent looking green. It is when you see it, even the color can tell a story. And so you want to think about that with your logo as well. Rules for contrast on light and dark are something that you have to have for everybody that you give your logo to. If you're printing on something, here's the rules for what it should look like on a dark background. Here's the rules of what it should look like on a light background. The same discipline that you apply on the mats is the same discipline that you need to have for your visual identity. And it's extremely important. Like I said, it is a system that you must use. Practical moves for martial arts business owners with your logo is just some basic things that you can do. I think that every martial arts school owner, every martial arts business should have their own .ai files, their EPS files or SVGs. Don't just accept the PNG files, the JPEGs. Don't just accept those. Get the vector art files. These are the files. See, vector art is one of those things where it's really math, and you can make the image as big or as little as you need it to be. It also separates color and lines. It allows a printer to do more with it and a designer to do more with it. When I ask a school for the logo and they give me a PNG file, it's very difficult for us to work with those because if the PNG file is a small file, say it's 300 pixels wide by 150 pixels tall, if I want to make that big enough to fit on a uniform, well, I'm going to stretch those pixels out so you get pixelation, the jagged edges, and it looks horrible and cheap. So we don't want to do that. So always make sure that if you have an artist design your logo, that you ask for the vector files. It's either an AI, an EPS, or an SVG file. Do not just accept the PNG files. Do not just accept the JPEGs. Okay. You want to store all of your logos, all of your different, your primary, your secondary, your full color, your iconography, all these different things. You want to store them in a central place, such as a Google Drive or on Canva or even on a Dropbox somewhere. You want to have it something that's central for you to easily access, or an artist to be able to easily access these files to be able to use in all of your stuff. You want to keep your logo clean. No contact information. Don't put your website on your logo. Don't put your phone number on your logo. No cheesy slogans. Just keep your logo very clean, quick, straight to the point. Your name, martial arts, or whatever your name is, whatever your brand name is. We want to treat your brand like a uniform. It should always be kept very clean, very sharp, and very consistent. Now, there's lots of other things that you can do with your logo. Lots of things. And I could probably spend hours on here talking about different logos. And here's a cool thing. If you want information, if you want some feedback on your logo, either how it stands or what you could possibly do, jump on our Facebook group. It's very easy. Just go to facebook.com/Modern Day Dojo and drop your logo in a comment. I would love to see what people are doing, what people are designing. If you need help with something, reach out to me. I can help you. That's what we're here to do. I want you to start thinking of your logo as not just a logo. It's not just a symbol. It's not just something you put on a gi. It is a system that you can use. Your logo isn't the full brand, but it is the signal. It's the first impression. It's the visual handshake. And in a world where premium martial arts businesses are emerging, you want to make sure that your first impression is something where it is premium and that your handshake is strong. It's not something that's just cheap. Okay. So like I said, if you want to raise the quality, if you want to really evolve into a modern day dojo and you want a little help with your logo, please feel free to jump on the Facebook group, reach out to me, message me. Be happy to look at your logo, give you some honest feedback, and then help you create that visual identity that is forward-facing and helps you stand out as a premium brand among all the other noise that's out there. So reach out to me. Let me know what you're looking for. And if you're ready to stop guessing and start building a real martial arts business brand, we are here to help you. That's right. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to help. And thank you again so much for spending this time with me. I hope that this helps you design the brand that your martial arts gym deserves, that you deserve, and that attracts people into the martial arts world, because I know firsthand that martial arts has given me so much in my life. And I know you are taking up the mantle and you are doing the same thing in your communities. And I'm excited to continue to serve. If there's anything specific you need to know, let me know. Ask the questions, and I am here to help and serve. Again, thank you for being here today, and I will see you in the next episode.